Hello everyone. I am going to do a vlog on how to change the oil in a 2015 Polaris Sportsman 570. As you can see, this pretty much a new one. I've never changed the oil in it. I'm doing the first time oil change in it. I mean, it's got a little over it's got 187 miles, and I think it had like 30 or 40 hours on it. I've let it go a little bit past due, but here it is. It's four-wheel drive. Like I said, it's 2015 Sportsman EFI, and so I'm gonna try to do an oil change on it. I bought the complete kit from Polaris dealer, so I got the right stuff to do the job with. And let me get things set up a little bit, and I will be right back with you. Okay, I'm back. I'm trying to, now I had to get all my tools lined up, make sure that I had everything lined up to get the job done. And so now let's get to changing the oil. First off, you're going to need to loosen and take out this bolt that's under the frame here. I'm trying to get set up here where you can see there's a bolt right up in this big hole underneath here. See that there Allen head torque bit screwed right there? That is the drain plug for the oil. And I'm trying to work this tripod. I don't know whether I can or not, but trying to get it where you can kind of see about what's going on. Okay. And this is, I got a torque bit screw here. I got to loosen, I'm going to crack it loose before I put the pan under here. Okay, I got it cracked loose. Now I'm going to slide my pan up underneath here to catch the oil. And I forgot to say that I did crank this thing up and let it run a few minutes, let the motor warm up. Even though it's 80 some degrees out here, so I don't think it's going to have to worry about too much. But I did go over the oil. Okay, now while that drains, I'm going to let it drain there till it drains all drains out. While it's doing that, I'm taking I took and loosened this plug up. So this is the oil dipstick, where the dipstick's located at on it. And I loosened it, taking it out. Just gonna lay it aside right now till I get ready to put the oil back in it. But that's where you put the oil back in it at. Okay, and the oil filter for this thing is kind of in a little awkward position, but it's not real hard. It's located right there, if you can see that. See it right there. I did go ahead and turn it a little bit to get it loosened up, so I could get it out the way. Because I didn't really have a oil filter wrench to get it off with, so I had to. So I had to take some pliers to get to it, but I'm just trying to get y'all in a position where y'all can see it screwed off here. So I'm sorry about this. You see the oil filter located right there, and so as the oil's draining out down there, I might as well go ahead and get this screwed off. Wow, this thing's got some long threads on it. Okay, I got the oil filter screwed off. And I can set this in the, just set this in the pan for right now while that's all draining out there. And then now it's just basically doing everything in reverse fashion. I'm sorry about the angles, this the camera's going. But first off, and before installing a new oil filter, I'm going to open up a bottle of this oil, and I'm going to take just a little bit on my finger and run it around the edge of the seal the gasket on this oil filter. So, and coat it pretty good, so it'll help make it seal, have a good seal on it. Okay, now I'm going to take the oil filter over here, and before I get too far along, I need to wipe the sealing surface down where that oil filter came off of, and so it can seal up pretty good, seal up good. And once that's done, then I can put the oil filter back on. Okay, I don't know where you can see this or not, but it's right back. Let's see, where did it? Let me find the hole where it come off, where it come out at. Okay. Now, and I just screw it back on. And once it gets to the point of touching the gasket up against the housing, then I'm going to turn it about a half turn farther. I mean, there's no reason to tighten it any tighter. You can actually cause leaks by tightening it over tightening it, as well as under tightening it. So now I've gotten that part done. So in other words, that's basically all I have to do now. Left to do now is to put my drain plug back in. Alright, while I'm doing this, I'm cleaning off the drain plug. I'm checking to make sure this little copper washer has no snags, no tears, no bent places or anything in it. Also checking it out, make sure the threads are looking good on it. Okay, let me get y'all back under here. As you can see, the oil is pretty much basically quit dripping. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to push the oil pan out the way and dry up and clean out around this place where the drain plug goes. And after I clean all that off good, then I must reinstall the drain plug. And then this, I don't actually own a torque wrench, so the book suggested it be tightened between 15 and 19 foot-pounds. Well, pretty much as long as you tighten it enough, since I got such a short little set screw thing anyway, it's not, I'm not going, my chances of over tightening it's not going, not real great, big anyway, so I'm just going to tighten it mainly with my set screws here. So my torque screws. Oh, doggone it. I'm sorry, I'm putting it, trying to tighten up the wrong section here. Okay, now let's get my torque out of here and dry it off again and make sure when I'm going to crank it up for in a minute, and after I reinstall the oil, crank it up and let it run a few minutes, make sure I don't have any oil leaks. Okay, now okay. Now, all I have to do is refill the oil and crank it up and let it run a few minutes and check for leaks, and then check the levels. This kit is made specifically for this ATV, so I'm just going to, it says it takes right at 2 quarts to get to do the oil change on it, so I got 2 quarts here. Alright, let me get the other quart. Now here's the other quart going in. Alright, and then once the oil's drained out of the filter, out of the funnel, then reinstall your check stick here, screw it in. These things also have sometimes they will stick, so you might have to take a pair of pliers to loosen them back out, loosen them up after they run a while. But but let it run, then crank, then you go up here, you turn the ignition on, and as you can see, you can mash this yellow button over here till it gets to the part with the wrench on it. See the little small wrench in the bottom down here? See, that one with the little wrench in it. And you just, let me get back around here, I messed up. Okay, to this one, press and hold S. And, oh shoot, I messed up here somewhere. Alright, 50 hours, 55. The book says that you need to change the oil after the first oil change after 100 hours. So I'm just setting the parameters so it'll give me a warning next time when it's time for the oil to be changed again. Okay, we've set that, done that. Now let's crank this thing up. Let it run for a few minutes. Hold on just a second. I forgot to set the parking brake on this thing, I'm sorry. Okay, now I got it. Okay, now, alrighty, I got it clean. It's cranked up. Now I'm going to let it sit here and run for about 5 minutes to check, and then I'm going to check for leaks and then check the oil levels in it and make sure everything's okay. Talk to you in a few minutes. While I'm letting this ATV, letting it warm up a little bit, I'm gonna take, I got a little magnet here. I'm gonna see if it picks up any metal shavings, to check this oil, make sure there was no metal shavings or anything in it that I might have to worry about. Just running it around the edge of the oil that come out of it. As you can see, there's just a little tiny bit shavings in here. Some of the stuff is already in here, but most of those. So I'm not really picking up anything. So that's a good sign that there's no wear in anything in the engine. Then I'm gonna take and I'm also looking at the filter, the oil filter, and making sure I don't see anything that was any metal shavings or anything in the filter, and making sure, I should have done this earlier, but I'm making sure this gasket right here didn't stick to the housing, so that would have caused a big leak, a big mistake if I'd have put that in there with that, and that with that old seal there still on it. So Okay, well, should be time to cut it off, and let's double check this thing for leaks and to make sure the oil levels are okay on it. Okay, first thing I need to do is check the oil levels. Oops, is that leaking under here? There's a little spot of oil. I think that was where when I moved that pan around. Got a spot of oil there on the ground. Let me set you back down here a minute. Yeah, I don't see where it maybe has been some of the oil that I didn't wipe off good or something. Yes. No, that's not leaking now, so it was just where some oil that had caught up in this undercarriage here that I didn't dry off good a while ago. Okay, now I'm going to check my oil filter. There's no signs of leaks, no signs of anything going wrong with it. And so now we can go back to check the levels. And okay, screw this back out. Pull the dipstick out, wipe it off. Hold on a minute. Wipe it all off good. Also, make sure that this little O-ring is in good condition. That's anytime you add oil or anything in it, make sure all that's in good condition. Okay, the oil, when I pull the stick back out, the oil should come up to this top level right here. Alright, now you screw it back in. And it takes a little bit because it's got a lot of threads in it. Okay, screw it in. Now loosen it, taking it back out. And as you can see, it's right at the top line, right where it's supposed to needs to be at. So that is the oil change on a 2015 Polaris Sportsman, and we will be doing other things on this channel. I know my wife, she's been doing eBay things on this channel, but as the title of our channel is two ATVs in our life, so the eBay stuff is part of our lives, so are these ATVs. And if you like what you see, then hit the like button, share it, and if you have any more questions that maybe I can answer, then please reply. Thank you, and have a good day. Okay, there's a thing that I didn't do a while ago that I need to do right now, and that is there's oil places to grease this thing at several different points in it. At your A-frame bushing, there's oil ports, and then you're taking grease those on both sides and up in the front. There's some more grease fittings, and these should be greased every time you use it. And you washed the machine, or been running through some water, or
we run through the creek.
Run through the creek, or anytime it gets wet up underneath it, there should be new grease put in these grease fittings. I know there's a couple up here in the front, and I just right at this moment I'm not finding them, but I know they're here. And so, but yeah, there they are right here. There's one right down here on these things here. I'm not sure whether whether the shaft has any in it or not, but I know that all your A-frames and stuff, they all have bush spots to put grease in them, and I'd recommend doing that at every time it's, like I said, every time it gets dirty, you wash it, or if it goes, you run it through water or creeks or whatever else. And that's, or anytime you use it, best thing to do is bring it back and grease it up. So for right now, thanks.